This is rock and roll radio. Come on, let's rock and roll with the Ramones.
We could blow this place apart if we wanted to.
My first gig, I actually had the urge to jump into the audience because I was so used to being there.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Ramones NERDCAST. My name is Flo. I run the Ramones Museum in Berlin. I'm really sorry for my bad English. You're gonna have plenty of chance to laugh about me in the next couple of weeks and months, as this will be a regular thing. The Ramones NERDCAST is gonna give an insight on all the things that you need to know about your favorite group. We're gonna talk about their music, the highs, the lows, the dramas, the secrets, the career, the songs of the Ramones. We will show some of the most significant items from the Ramones Museum so we can shed some more light on things you've never seen before. We're also very happy to announce that we have a very special guest on the Ramones NERDCAST. His name is CJ Ramone. He will answer all of your and all of our questions in the next couple of episodes. So if the Ramones are your favorite group, then this is your new favorite podcast. In this first episode of the Ramones NERDCAST, we're going to talk about how to become a Ramone. We're going to talk about the Ramones style, their clothing, and we're going to talk about their songs. And as some of you might know, their songs are pretty short and very fast, and they reflect on life from the other side of the coin. Of course, we're going to talk about the more obscure songs from the Ramones as well as their hits. But for this first episode, in order for everybody to be on the same map, I would like to introduce the band to our not so well-educated audience with three of their most popular songs. And I'm going to start with the Ramones anthem, which is called Blitzkrieg Bop. It's featured on the first album from the Ramones from 1976. It's the first track on this LP. And it has a famous "Hey ho, let's go" chant that was a highlight at the Ramones shows. And of course, it's a call to arms for all the Ramones fans. So Blitzkrieg Bop is definitely a song you might want to know from the Ramones.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Another song you might want to know, or 14 songs you might want to know, are featured on Rocket to Russia, the Ramones' third album, and one of their most significant tracks on this record is most likely Rockaway Beach. It pretty much features all the great things about the Ramones, the humor, the bubblegum music, and the fun. Another song you might want to listen to when you don't know the band yet is called Pet Sematary. It's a song the Ramones wrote for a movie called Pet Sematary, written and directed by Stephen King. This came out in 1989, is one of the most famous Ramones songs, and I'm sure you all know this track from listening to the radio.
I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery.
So let's talk about the Ramones clothing. If you want to join the gang, it helps to know what kind of stuff you need in order to look like a real Ramone. You need a leather jacket, you need a faded Levi's, you need a pair of sneakers and your favorite t-shirt, and then you're all set. Let's start with the Ramones leather jacket. The Ramones used to wear Schott leather jackets, a brand from New York City. The model is called 613, which was built or manufactured until the early 80s. A cheaper find on eBay is the 80s model, it's the 618. And this, for example, has the significant military pins that the Ramones had on their leather jackets and that they used to buy in a shop called Hudson's on 13th Street. The Ramones liked faded jeans long before it was hip. This model is a Levi's 517. It has the significant rips in the legs and in the back, and it also has a zipper and not the buttons like the 501. Also, an important thing about the Ramones Levi's is that it needs the red tab on the back and not the orange tab. In the early stages of the Ramones' career, the band would wear Keds or Sperry Top Siders. This is a slip-on from Sperry Top Siders. You can see Johnny Ramone wearing one of those on the cover of the first Ramones LP. This is one of the favorite Keds models the Ramones used to wear mainly in the late 70s, early 80s. This is a Pro Keds shoe. CJ Ramone wears this to this day is still one of his favorite sneakers. And Marky Ramone, he didn't care that much about brand or model. He didn't care if he would wear a Chuck Taylor shoe or an unknown Chinese brand like this one. This is one of his shoes from the late 90s. So whatever sneaker you feel comfortable in, you should wear. The Ramones were also known to wear t-shirts all the time. If it was winter or summer, they didn't care. They wore t-shirts whenever they could. And if you want to join the Ramones gang, of course, you know, you wear this, a Ramones t-shirt. It doesn't have to be a vintage one like this. It can also be a brand new one that you can buy in your favorite shop next door or in a city nearby. The Ramones t-shirts nowadays are available pretty much everywhere. This is another piece from the Ramones Museum. It's one of Dee Dee Ramone's t-shirts. It has the Mickey Mouse on it, and Dee Dee cut off the sleeve and the collar. As mentioned before, we have a special guest on this first episode of the Ramones Nerdcast. His name is CJ Ramone. CJ used to play the bass for the Ramones between 1989 and 1996. And before he joined the group, he learned about the most important rules in the band in order to not piss off his band members or crew members.
Hey kids, CJ Ramone here, and these are my 4 rules to follow to keep yourself from getting kicked out of the Ramones. Rule number 1, do not make a mistake on stage. For those of you who were close enough to the stage to see over the years, whenever I made a mistake, Johnny's laser beam for eyes would burn holes in my chest for at least a few seconds after every mistake I made every night. Second rule is never talk to Joey between the set and the encore. One night, Joey was having a rough night with the monitors, and I went over to tell him what songs we'd be doing in the encore after the set, and he actually took a swing at me. So I learned, do not talk to Joey between the set and the encore. Third rule, never, ever, ever try to be the go-between in a disagreement between Johnny and Joey. Never. Never. That should probably be in the number 1 spot. Because if either one thought that I was taking the other one's side, it would not go good. I would get pulled into it. Fourth rule, never, ever, ever, ever invite someone into the dressing room after a show who's had too much to drink. One particular time, I invited a band member from another band to come backstage who had had a little bit too much to drink and got in Johnny's ear and pissed Johnny off to no end. So after he got thrown out, Johnny, of course, directed his anger towards me for bringing the guy into the dressing room. So, there you have it. CJ Ramone's 4 rules to follow for not getting kicked out of the Ramones. Ramones forever.
Thanks, CJ. That was really interesting. In the meantime, please be so kind and head over to RamonesMuseum.com. There you can find various options on how to support the Nerdcast. We came up with a couple of really nice bundles for you that bring you closer to your favorite band. Thank you so much for sticking by. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for listening to me speaking bad English. My name is Flo, and I see you again in the Ramones Nerdcast.